Le Cholo Trucker, Los Tres Chingones Boxing Shots, all the Chingones y Chingonas. We made it, man. Well, not quite yet, right? A few more days to the end of 2023. But we're here, Holmes. We are here. And in the boxing world, damn it, dog, I've been waiting to have this conversation, dog. I've been waiting all dang day, Holmes. So let's go ahead and let's bring in the Chingones, El Gran Chingon, El Mero Mero One, Mr. David Contreras.
Hey, man, I'm cracking up over here by myself because when you said I've been waiting for this all day, hey, brother, all day long, I've been waiting for this show. As a matter of fact, I've been waiting for this show all year long, and it finally got here. You know what, man? Let's talk what we love to talk about, boxing, man. I got my list
Yes.
ready. Now we need El Cirujano. Now we need the what is he, a psychiatrist? What is he now?
It's like the boxing scientist, Holmes.
Scientist. There you go.
Mikey TV. You guys make sure you guys go check him out. Mikey TV One, Mr. Mike Zavala.
Mikey TV 365. What's up, Ed? What's up, Dave?
Hey,
Oh
what's
yeah, I'm
up,
the surgeon. I'm the psychiatrist, and then sometimes I'm the patient. Sometimes I'm vuelvo loco. So I'm a little bit of everything, man.
man?
What's up, Dimitro, JC, Puerto Rican Rum? Cubole, saludos to all. So, hey, check this out to everybody watching, man. Yes, there were fights over the weekend. There was a day of reckoning. Yes, Monster Anyway had a fight on Tuesday. We're gonna get deep into that next week. We'll get into a little bit of Monster Anyway as we start covering some of these subjects because he's definitely gonna be in the conversation. But like Day of Reckoning and all that, we'll get into that a little bit more next week because we just want to go ahead and stick to the subjects right here at hand. So we have 12 different categories and for the best of 2023, and some of these are the worst as well. And as time goes on, hey, we might bring in another category. But first of all, I'll before we get to the actual categories, I'll go ahead and just ask just a general question to you, Mikey. Um, how did you like 2023 in boxing?
I think I enjoyed 2023. I had a ball with you guys, and I enjoy it. I enjoyed it. It was fun, man. No, I got nothing to pick out at it, like whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I liked it. I liked it, Ed.
Okay. All right. David, I mean, a lot of people complain at the end of the year when it comes to boxing. It's like, boxing fans can never be satisfied. How was 2023 for you, Holmes?
Hey, before I answer, I'm cracking up because I'm watching JC. What's up, JC? He says, I know Cholo's fighter of the year is Jake Paul.
Oh yeah.
Hey, that JC always makes me laugh, man. That cracks me up. That's a good one. Hey, you know what, Ed? It was a good year of boxing. For whatever reason, I can't tell you all the great fights that happened last year, but last year was hard to beat. We had
Mm.
some great bangers last year. I think last year was maybe just a bit better, but you know what? I have no complaints like Mikey, man. We had, and you know what? The best part about it is we have our show where we could talk about what we love talk the most, boxing. So I actually enjoy talking with you guys about that last week's fights. But I think 22 and 2 was better, but I have no complaints. No complaints at all.
Okay, okay. And I will say that, well, first, let me say this, man. Dispensa to everybody. I'm getting over the flu. So if I sound a little nasally or if I gotta go off just like this for a second or blow my nose, dispensa, man. But, for me, I think people put a lot of stock on one fight that they want to see. And if they don't get that one fight, then it's just a terrible year in boxing. And I'm not down with that. The whole thing last year was Crawford and Spence. It's like, oh man, it's a bad year in boxing in 2022 because we didn't get Crawford versus Spence. Well, here it is. We got it. I don't put all the stock in one fight. It's cool. It makes but I don't put it all in one fight. I enjoyed 2023, man. We had some good stuff, man. Some really, really good stuff. So I thought it was pretty kick ass. But anyway, let's go ahead and let's get into. I guess we'll start with the fighter of the year. Um, there's a few candidates out there. to me, it's not even a question. I don't know if you guys got somebody else, but David, I'll start with you. Who do you got? To me, it's hands down. It's there's only one answer.
You know what? To me, Jake Paul. No, no, no,
That's
no.
right. That's who I was talking about. That's exactly who I was talking
Connor
about, man.
Ben, Connor Ben, Connor Ben.
That's my number two. One and one A, Holmes. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. No, you know what? For me, hands down, it's Inoue. You know what? Hands down, and believe it or not, I have as my second fighter of the year. I know you're probably not going to believe this. I have Navarrete. You know what?
Mhm,
That guy was involved. I have him over Crawford, believe it or not, because Navarrete
mhm.
fought 3 times and he fought one former world champion. And you know what? He was in there, not just one fight like Crawford. I think Crawford is my number one fighter. He's the best, one of the best. But I think Inau, number one, and I got Navarrete. And I'm probably the only one that have him. But you know what? I think he is special, very special.
Okay. All right. Mikey, how say you, man?
Yeah, when it comes to fighter of the year, it's whatever he's done within that year. It's not fighter of the day, fighter of the month, right? So
Mm.
yeah, let me eliminate Crawford out of it because Crawford's he's not fighter of the year because he beat Spence. It was a crazy, not crazy performance. Yeah, but he like who else did he fight during that year? So it's either gonna be Inui. Inui went undisputed. Uh, it took I think it was a year and a half, but that year he was busy. He fought 3 times and won undisputed. So either Inui or some people are gonna not agree with it, disagree with Devin Haney. He did a great job. He got the Loma fight. He went up there to the land of down under to fight what's his name? Uh
Combostas.
Cambosis, and he came back and he knocked out he scored Regis Progress. So who are you gonna give it to?
But he lost against Lomachenko.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah. I mean,
well,
yeah, if you want to say it, but he got the W. So it's either Devin Haney or Inouye. Let me see. Should I go for the American and be a little biased, or should I just say Inouye? Because my little cousin watches this, so I'm gonna say Inouye because he loves Inouye. So let's go Inouye. He deserves it. Fight of the year, Inouye.
oh, okay. All right. Look, to me, hands down, it's Monster Inouye. I believe. I just think hands down for people that are saying Crawford. Now, there's many ways you can have criteria for fighter of the year. You could say, hey, well, accomplishments, right? Should Crawford, what did he accomplish? Well, he unified the straps at welterweight, but he only fought once. Okay, so is it just accomplishments or is activity matter as well? Did he need to step into the ring again to accomplish what he accomplished? No, he didn't. So, I mean, do you take that into consideration? It's like he unified all the straps at welterweight. To me, I don't like rewarding inactivity.
Yeah.
So it does give him a couple of strikes for me. Whether it's his fault or not, doesn't matter to me. Look, you got to stay busy, and if you're not, for whatever reason it is, look, my favorite fighter is Virgil Ortiz, and it's hard because he's not fighting, and that's not even really so much his fault. But nonetheless, you got to stay in the ring some way somehow. I'm with you, Mikey, in the Devin Haney category. All right. He needs to get mentioned a little bit more. I think the only thing that hurts him is the fact that most people believe that he was gifted that fight against Lomachenko. Now, if you just go by the record that he actually won that fight, I think you could make a strong argument that, hey, maybe it should be Devin Haney, right? I mean, he probably has done enough to earn Fighter of the Year. But because there's that little asterisk next to his name, like next to that fight, Lomachenko versus Haney, I think it's hard to convince people that he should get it over Monster Inoue. Because with Monster Inoue, there's no asterisk. There's no debating. There's no I don't know. He kind of lost that fight against Tapalas or anybody. Not no, no. He went in there. He he dominated. You know, some of these guys gave him a good fight. I thought his fight on Tuesday against Tapalas, I thought he was giving him a good fight, but
That
nah,
was a good
eventually,
fight, man.
yeah, but
Good
eventually
fight.
he knew he came out and
Yeah.
did his damn thing. To me, hands down, is Monster Inouye. Yeah, definitely, man. I don't see how people can really argue with it. But Devin Haney, I like it. It's just it's hard because I thought he was kind of gifted that decision over Loma. So, but what he did against Regis Progress should definitely be applauded, man. Let me ask you this, David. Let me ask you this: can a fighter who lost one fight in a year, let's say he fights 4 times, but he lost once, but then he comes back and he wins 2 more fights, can he be fighter of the year, or do you have to go undefeated?
No, if he loses once, I mean, who cares? You know what I mean? As long as he keeps winning and his fights are exciting and he's a great fighter, I mean, it doesn't matter. To me, it doesn't matter if he loses one time. It doesn't matter at all. But when it's a gift like Haney, I mean, he lost, but they gave it to him. I mean, I can't see it. That's why I like it in over him. But yeah, I'm okay with if somebody would have lost. If a Naul would have lost, but yet he got all four belts in 2 fights this year. I mean, how can you say he's not the fighter of the year? Even though he didn't lose, but if he would have, I still would have voted for him. I mean, that's a great accomplishment. Unifying
Okay,
the belt like the way he did.
okay. All right. Let me ask everybody in the chat, man. Let us know. Does a fighter have to be undefeated the whole year to be fighter of the year? Can they lose one in a close fight, in a great fight, in a great battle, and then come back and get a couple of victories? Or do they not, do they have to go undefeated that year? I'll ask you, Mikey, can a fighter in your mind, can a fighter lose in a calendar year, but then come back and win a couple of fights and consider him fighter of the year?
Uh, yeah, that was a hard one. That's a hard one because you do take a loss, especially now in boxing. It does affect you. It does uh takes you away from the fighter of the year candidate. I gotta really think about it. Has anybody won the fighter of the year with a loss? I gotta do some research. That's a good one. Go ahead,
You
Dave.
know what? You know what? Ed? I think I can answer it with this. How can you win or lose if you don't fight? You know what I mean? How can you win or lose if you don't fight? I mean, Crawford only fought one time. One time. Yeah, it was a great fight. He united the belts, but one time. You know what I mean? So how can you win or lose? But yeah, you got Inoue fighting 3 times. You got Navarrete, I believe, fighting 4 times. I mean, you got Haney fighting 3 times or 2 times. So how can you win or lose? So whether you win or lose, you got to take your chances out there. It all depends how you lose too.
Yeah, that was a good point. Is it Earl Stevens that put it? It depends also on the other fighters. You know what I mean? So yeah, it all depends. Yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
question. It depends how everyone else does. What if there's somebody else?
Yeah.
So I mean, if he comes back strong, like Parker, he took a couple of losses. There was some debate, some podcast that Parker's the fighter of the year because he took a loss and he won 4 in a row. Stayed busy, won 4 in a row, and he destroyed Deontay Wilder, and he screwed up pay-per-views and millions of money on the table. And Parker, little by little, he won 4 in a row, 4 good-ass fights, and he did good, and he destroyed he destroyed Deontay Wilder. And name a fighter that's done that won 4 in a row and then destroyed the guy that was supposed to fight the other heavyweight. So it all depends.
Hey, Joel, are you asking if they lost that one year or if they have a loss on their record?
No. If they lost that year,
That
so
year.
say here we are. Say here we are in 2023. Would you consider a fighter that did lose this year, but had let's say the fighter fought 4 times this year, but one of those fights he lost? Would you still consider him as fighter of the year?
Well, I mean, I was considering Navarrete, and he had a tie in his last fight, but yet I was considering him because those fights, I mean, every fight was a war. You know what I mean? So I think that answers my point of view. Yeah, he didn't win. It was a draw, but he fought, man, his heart out all 4 times this year. So yeah, I was considering it. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say this, man, because every time I hear fighter of the year, um, people pick guys that have not lost that year. Um, which is cool, right? You got to win at some point, right? I'm not saying, hey, if a guy fights 4 times and he loses all 4 times, he could be fighter of the year. Um, Although there should be something said if a guy fights 4 times and he gives 4 great performances but still
Exactly.
loses, there should still be something there as opposed to a guy that only fought 1 time and is going to be considered for fight of the year. It's like, I don't know, man. I kind of like this other dude who's taking on all comers and he comes up short. Yeah, to me, it all depends, right? It all depends. How did the fighter lose? Did he get completely dominated? Like Errol Spence got completely dominated. If he were to come back and win, in another fight or whatever, I wouldn't be considering. It's like, dog, you got dog walked, homie. You know what I mean? You got mollywopped, man. But if you put on a one heck of a damn good fight, right? And it's back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and you end up losing the fight. And it's like, yeah, he did lose the fight, but then he comes back and he still fights and he's winning. Yeah, I would definitely consider somebody like that. Like you mentioned, David Navarrete,
Yeah.
Vaquero. I mean, why don't people consider him a little bit more for fight of the year? Is it because of a draw? I don't know, but um, I like to reward fighters that fight, and I think I just want to push it out there to everybody. Take that into consideration when you pick fighters, okay? Their activity, because a lot of people complain of fighters that don't fight, but then you reward fighters that do fight, or I'm sorry, but then you reward fighters that only fight once. And it's like, no, I like Terrence Crawford. I do, but he only fought once. I can't put him up there. At least for me, I can't put him up there anywhere. You only fought once, homie. You got to do more than that. So, but anyway, so who did we get? David, who did you have? Just
You
before
know,
we move on. Okay. Yeah.
monster.
Yeah. Mikey, who'd
Monster,
you have?
Monster
Yeah.
Louis. Monster Louis. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Same here, man. You could try to make arguments for somebody else, but I don't see how somebody could pick anybody else. Fight of the year. Oh man, this one I've been licking my chops on this one for a while, man, because I've been going back and
Yeah.
refreshing my memory on some of this stuff. Mikey, fight of the year. There were some good ones, man.
There were some bangers. Man, I got two that come in mind. I was at the buffet today. I don't know if you guys can see my stomach, and I was thinking about it. And I was like, who's the fighter? And man, Shaki Foster versus Eduardo Hernandez. Oh man, that one was a fire
That
in
was a good
Cancun.
one.
What a fight, man!
Rocky,
What a fight!
Yeah.
that was a
Round of
good
the year. You
Yeah.
want to bring? I don't know what round number 8, number 11, something. I gotta go back and watch it. But what a fight! And then the Ramirez versus Espinoza. Rumbazi, what's the name? The Cuban versus the young Mexican
Robesis.
fighter.
Robesi.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Messi.
Robesis.
Robesi Ramirez versus Espinoza, right? Oh man, what a fight! What a war! The kid got dropped, and he dropped him. Man, it's another banger. Oh man, I don't know which one to pick, but I'm gonna go for the recent one because I still have it in my short-term memory. So I'm gonna go with Ramirez versus Espinoza. What a fight, man! I'm gonna watch it after this. How about that?
That was really really good, man. That was a
That
I
was a
love
banger,
that
bro.
fight. I was watching with my sons, man. That was really good. David,
Oh
how say you, man?
Hey, brother, I got two different ones completely. I
yeah.
got
Oh wow.
Derevyanchenko versus Munguia.
Ooh,
Derevyanchenko,
that was a good
that
one.
was a
Okay.
banger, man.
That was a
I
Yeah.
banger.
got
Yeah.
Derevyanchenko in my second one. I got Navarrete versus Robson Consacchiao. I got that
Mm.
one. But you know what? But I think I would change to Espinosa Ramirez. The
Okay.
second,
Okay.
my first one, I'll stay with Derevyanchenko and Munguia. I mean, that was a banger, man. But I'll
That
change
was a banger.
the Navarrete. I'll change that one to Espinosa Ramirez. That was a banger. Great fight.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know if anybody remembers, but I was at that fight. I was at Munguia
Sure,
versus
sure
Deverenchenko.
were.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was there at that fight. I saw Oscar De La Hoya up close, man, all partied out and everything. That was one heck of a damn good fight. So I was having trouble, man. I was having trouble with really trying because I'm thinking Oshaki Foster versus Rocky Hernandez. Damn it, damn it, damn it. That was so damn good.
It
And
was.
that 11th round,
Mm.
that tells you everything on why you love boxing. It was, I think Jamel Herring was calling that fight, and he was just like, "This is why we love boxing. This right here." It was bad, and I think that fight was in Cancun,
It
Mexico.
was a good. It was a sleeper. Not too many people knew
Yeah,
about that fight. It was a sleeper.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. So I'm having trouble with that one. The one that you guys were just talking about, Hernandez versus Robesi Ramirez, that was damn good.
Espinosa.
Look, I'm gonna go. Look, I'm gonna throw this one in there, and I know maybe people didn't watch it, but Chantel Cameron versus Katie Taylor. The second one, the first one was good, hey man, that second one was really damn good. The one that Katie Taylor won. That was a bad fight. I don't know if people have a problem with putting a girls fight up there because their fight was 10 round, 2 minute, 2 minute 2 minute 10 round, right? 10 rounds. It was a badass fight, man. I was extremely entertained, just as entertained as I was with the other ones. I was up on my feet, like, oh, and they just kept firing back at each other. I know
Oh,
on this side of the world, they probably didn't get a lot of coverage, and it being women boxing is not as big. I'm having a tough time moving that one out. But am I gonna do it? Yeah, I guess I will, man. Because Oshaki versus versus Hernandez was
Hernandez.
just that was something else, man. It really was. And but you know what? For fight of the year, I gotta go Robesi Ramirez versus Hernandez.
Espinosa.
I'm sorry,
Espinosa.
Espinosa. Yeah, that was just what a way. But I'll tell you guys this: maybe on another day, maybe tomorrow, maybe once we're done here, maybe still during this live, maybe I'll go ahead and pick Taylor versus Chantel Cameron because that was damn good. There were some really good ones. Better Biev versus Yard. Yeah, that one was good too. I that
Oh
was a
yeah.
really good one. Yeah, Yard put up a
Oh
really good fight, man. Until Better Biev did what he did, man. Um, I'll ask you this, Mikey. Does a fight have to go so far for it to be fight of the year? Can it end in 1 round, 2 rounds, 3 rounds? Remember, Hagler versus Hearns only went 3 rounds.
yeah.
Does it have to go a certain distance for you to consider it fight of the year?
I think so. I think so. I think it has to go a certain distance. For sure, a whole bunch of stuff that need to happen. The other fighter gets dropped, and he gets up and drops him, and then he's facing adversity, and then the next round, it's like it has to be the beginning, the middle, and the end. It's like a story,
Yeah.
and we have that in 3 rounds. In 1 round, then yeah, but it's almost like we're gonna have to get late rounds, I think, to get the full Cinderella story. Because man, the Ramirez versus Spinoza fight, we had the beginning, the middle, and the end. What a fight, man! What a fight. So, my opinion,
Yeah.
that's how I feel.
David, does it have to go a certain distance to be considered fight of the year?
You know what, Ditto? Exactly what Mikey
Uh,
said. I believe the same way. Has to have a
yeah,
beginning, middle, and end.
yeah. I'm gonna agree with you guys. Maybe yeah, because if it's just 1 round or 2 rounds, it could be very entertaining. They could just be throwing chingazos and then somebody gets knocked out. Like that's fun, that's entertaining, but it's not telling the story of a fight, man. So yeah, I'm gonna agree with you guys. Prospect of the year.
Ooh,
Uh yeah, I'll go first on this one, man. I like I'm a fan of this guy. And I'm gonna continue being a fan of him. However, I do see a couple of holes in his game. He's not that tall, and he's got some short arms. But I like Richard Torres, heavyweight. Richard Torres Jr. Good Olympic background. The guy can make some noise. At 6'2" in this day and age, that's actually kind of small for a heavyweight.
Yes.
Yeah. Once upon a time, if you went back in the days, 6'2", that's fine. But today, heavyweights are 6'5", 6'6", 6'7", 6'8". So, and he's got short arms. But I think he's prospect. I would say number 2. The number 1, I would go Xander Zayas, definitely, man.
So are we saying Xander Zayas is a prospect?
That's another good one, because when do you say the guy is not a prospect anymore? That's another good one. If it's not,
we're making up the rules. Are we going to allow Xander Zayas as a prospect?
I don't know. I don't say he's not a prospect, man. It's about that time already, man.
Okay.
I put him in the same sentence with the kid that Jose Benavidez Sr. has. What's his name? Pacheco. He's Pacheco type already, man.
He's Pacheco type. Yeah, you're right. He's Pacheco.
Pacheco's a contender now. He was a prospect. Now he's a contender. You can't put him in as a prospect anymore. Pacheco's ready, and this Puerto Rican kid is ready. Let him go already, man.
Yeah.
It's time.
Good. All right, then I have no problem. Richard Torres, that's my guy right there. David, I'll say you, man.
You know what? I had never heard of this guy Mikey talked about, and I haven't seen him fight, but I like him. Tito, what's his name, Tito?
Ernesto Mercado, Tito Mercado from Pomona.
From Pomona. He's from Pomona.
Yeah, California.
You know what I mean? 13-0. I was looking at some of the fighters he's fought. He's fought some pretty good fighters.
Yeah, good names.
Yes, I like him, and I didn't know anything about him until you brought him up, Mikey, but I'm going to start watching him now. But I also like Emiliano Zapata. I like Emiliano Vargas. I like him. And the reason why I like him, the bloodline. You know what I mean? That's number 1. Number 2, he's a good fighter, and he's fought, I believe, 4 times this year. And you know what? He's going to continue fighting. And you know what? I like him. He's a future world champion, without a doubt. Future world champion.
Okay. Puerto Rican rum. That's why we mentioned it, because of Hagler Hearns. That's why we mentioned that. Mikey, prospect of the year, big dog.
Yeah, to me it was Emiliano. I like the Emiliano and all that, but they give him the fights he gets. The fighters he fights are not the best, but he's still a prospect. So I like him. I got 3. I got Emiliano. That's not my number 1, but I like Emiliano. I like this kid. I like Ray Morataya. That's another prospect that, man, he's phenomenal.
You think he's a prospect? I see him as a contender now.
He's a contender?
I think so. If we're going to put there, he's a contender now.
Okay, then I'm going to take him out of the equation. I'm going to take him. He's ready. Morataya's ready, though.
He's ready. He's ready.
Okay.
Yes.
So let's take Morataya out. I like Tito Mercado. That kid is good, man. From Pomona. I've been listening to podcasts, and his name keeps coming up. I'm like, damn, who is this dude? And I looked him up on Instagram, and I follow him. And then I looked him up on YouTube. Hey, this guy, he destroyed Lundy. He destroyed, what's his name? Murataya beat him, but Nakatalia, he destroyed him, made him look, and he has other names in his Jason Velez, KO. He has a lot of knockouts, like 13 fights, 12 knockouts. This kid is good, man. His combination, he's good. From Pomona, he has no promoter. His dad's his manager. It's like somebody's gonna pick him up. This kid is good. So keep your eye on Ernesto Mercado. That's my top prospect. Or Emiliano, I guess. But I'm gonna pick Tito Mercado. He's my top prospect.
Yeah, and the funny thing about Tito is that my barber keeps telling me about him. I've never seen the guy fight.
Really?
I've never seen the guy fight. No, I've never seen him fight. But my barber went to go see him fight.
Okay.
He keeps telling me about him, so I'm like, okay, I've never seen him fight, but I'm gonna be keeping an eye out for him. Most disappointing fight of the year. Okay, I got one I want to mention, and it's gonna piss people off, man. But I'll start with you on this one, Mikey.
I gotta think about that one.
Fight.
Can we go with Dave first?
All right, David, go for it. Then I'll go. Then you'll go, Mikey.
Most disappointing. Our brother Mark from Putazos y Pendejadas is going to be pissed off at me if you're watching, Mark. I apologize because you said, man, that he did a great job boxing. my most disappointing fight of the year, man. I fell asleep literally because at 1 o'clock in the morning Eastern time. Shakur versus De Los Reyes. Dude, oh my God. Here I was thinking it was going to be a great fight. Oh, terrible, terrible fight. That was disappointing. And by second, Cepeda versus Hitchinson. Oh, terrible. Those were my two. But my first one, Shakur versus De Los Reyes. Oh, De Los Santos.
De Los Santos. De Los
Terrible.
Santos.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, Mark.
Shout outs to Mark, man. I have no idea what the heck he was doing. He goes up to Shakur Stevenson. He interviews him. He's all like, "Hey, man, I thought you did a great job. Nobody else liked it, but I liked it."
He was kissing his butt. He was kissing his ass. That's what he was doing to get an interview.
All right, man. All right. Look, that's definitely number one. I don't know how you can rate a one above that. Yeah, Cepeda versus Hitchinson. Look, I'm gonna go ahead and mention this one, and yeah, my number two will probably be Cepeda versus Hitchinson. But I want to go ahead and throw this out there, just because the hype. Oh, there he is. There he is, right there. There he is.
Sorry, Mark.
You guys go check them out on Putazos y Pendejadas. Hey, so look. This was disappointing to me because it did not live up to the hype. Was it a terrible fight? No, it wasn't, but it wasn't as great as it was built up to be. They were making it seem like a movie. I built it up. Everybody in the boxing world was building it up, especially the raza. I had homies come over here. I had my sons come over here. And I'm like, they're not all big boxing fans. I'm like, hey, guys, I'm telling you guys, man, this is going to be a candidate for fight of the year. You guys wait and watch. Maybe it wins. Maybe it doesn't. But I'm telling you guys right now, this is going to be a candidate of fight of the year. Yet, nobody has that as fight of the year. Not even close. Nobody's even mentioning this fight. Was it a decent fight? Yeah, it was decent. But the hype was way up there. And it actually came in like right here. And that's Navarrete versus Valdez. I mean, they made it. They made it like a movie. Remember, they had Chewy from Blood In, Blood Out, and that other bald-headed vato, right? They're two like vaqueros coming in, cowboys, man. Like they're gonna have this showdown and everything. And yeah, I thought, man, this is gonna be a war. This is gonna be. And at the end of the fight, I was kind of like, I mean, it was, it was okay. So. Again, I don't want to make it seem like it's the worst fight or the most disappointing, but it was a little disappointing, man, especially for all the hype that that everybody put to it, and that it seemed like it was really going to pay off, and it didn't. It was just okay, but no, Shakur, definitely Shakur de Los Santos. Mikey, how say you?
Yeah, dude. First thing that comes to mind when Dave said it like that. I got that hopeless feeling, man. That Shakur fight. Jesus Christ, I was trashed. Shakur Stevenson, the trashiest fighter of the year. We give it to Shakur. What a fight. De Los Santos, he should have taken a little bit more gambles, but Shakur didn't give you anything. We put it on him. So that one, and I don't know if it goes in this category. Disappointing? Is that the category?
Yeah.
Yeah, most disappointing fight. Yeah.
Man, what's my boy, the heavyweight? Oh man, I just went to the blank. Tyson Fury versus Ngannou. Shit, what a fucking idiot. He made boxing look bad, man. Ngannou, dropped him, and then, Tyson Fury didn't want to take gambles, and Ngannou didn't really take gambles, but he made boxing look bad. What a disappointment, man. So now I even think Usyk could beat him, dude. So, yeah, Tyson Fury and Ngannou, number 2, number 1, for sure Shakur, man.
Okay. All right. Mark, I like your confidence, brother. You have fight in you that you're defending your decision. Hey man, stick to your guns, carnal. Don't let anybody push you around, brother.
With one hand, yeah.
With one hand. Hey, chingones. Biggest upset. I guess I'll go first on this one, and then we'll go Mikey, then David. Biggest upset for me, I remember the Towering Inferno getting dropped by what was his name? Adam. His
The
name
Cuban
is
kid. Yeah.
Adam. Is it
We're
was it
looking up.
Medina Chingones? Help me out.
No,
Mendoza.
Mendes.
He was a guy from LA, wasn't he? The guy
No,
that
I
beat
think-
him. He wasn't Cuban.
Yeah,
He
he's
was a
Cuban.
Chicano.
He was Mexican, though.
Mendoza.
He's Cuban, Mikey.
Yeah, he's Cuban
Mendoza?
American. Yeah.
Really? Oh, I
Yeah,
didn't know.
I checked out his interview, and yeah, he's Cuban American.
Wow.
He looks
Okay.
Mexican. He's from Arizona.
Arizona.
He's from
Yeah.
Arizona.
Yeah.
He looks Mexican though.
So that is one that I was really thinking about. I was like, okay, that's probably gonna be it for me. But then I ended up going to a fight this year where I was part of the media, and honestly, man, Giovanni Santillan and what he did in there against
That's a
Alexis
good one.
Rocha,
Yeah.
he schooled him.
And that's your boy,
This
Dave.
was-
He put hands on your boy.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
San Diego
Hey,
kid.
this was not a lucky punch. This was not he zigway should zag and he actually got caught. No, he took him to school, man. The entire fight stopped him, as a matter of fact, and not stopped him because he just landed a lucky punch. Not Charles. He took him to school. So that is my upset because nobody was talking about Giovanni Santillan. I was there. 90% of that crowd was Alexis Rocha that night, and damn, Santillan went in there and made it happen. So, Mikey, how say you?
Man, there's a couple of fights that come to mind. Santillan, I forgot about that. That was a good one. I think that I'm gonna say that one, but Parker versus Wilder. You guys think it was an upset? A lot of people they weren't, dude. According to what I've been looking at the internet and everything, everyone thought Parker was gonna lose, except for me, man. Everybody said that Parker was gonna lose. I was like, dude, are you serious? Deontay Wilder's done. But apparently the Saudis over there, or whatever, or not the Saudis, but in the Middle East, whatever, they were trying to make that fight versus the other heavyweight. So yeah, versus Joshua. So you think that could be Parker? Could be the biggest upsets?
It's definitely an upset, and it possibly spoiled, a big heavyweight fight in the future. Maybe not. We'll get into that next week. But no, yeah, that's an upset.
Yeah, you know what? But you know what? You convinced me, Ed. I'm gonna go with the Santillan versus Rocha. God damn, what a beating, dude! He took a beating. I'll go for that one. Upset of the year.
Okay. David?
You know what? The word upset would be Santillan versus Rocha. But me personally, my disappointment or my upset of the year, who I chose, Haney versus Lomachenko. I mean, I had Lomachenko going, and when they gave it to Haney, it was an upset for me. The second one, Haney again against Regis Prograis.
Oh, that was a sick upset too.
I don't bet. I've only betted 3 times in my life. But if I was going to bet, I would have put a lot of money on Prograis. And to me, dude, that was an upset. It was a good upset because Haney looked excellent. But to me personally, those two, man, I was like, are you kidding me? You know what I mean? Because, I had all my marbles on Lomachenko, and I had all my marbles on Prograis. And I think you, Mikey, called it, right? Or you, Cholo, one of you guys called it, and you guys called it to a T. I did not call it. I had Prograis definitely winning. That was my personal upset. But I think the boxing world, I'm with you guys, Rocha, Santillan, for the boxing world.
Yeah, Mikey definitely called Prograis getting he called Prograis getting schooled, man, and that's definitely what happened. But yeah, that Gio Rocha fight was something else, man. I was there. What a time, man. What an atmosphere. Let's see. We'll skip one and come back to it just because that one's gonna take a little bit longer. But coach of the year, Mikey, coach of the year. Who do you got for coach of the year?
Yeah, it's a good one.
I got a couple. Panda. I don't know his full name now, but Panda from he's Chicano, but he has the boogeyman, the Puerto Rican guy, Matias. He has
Mm.
El Camarón. I like Panda. He's a great
Oh,
coach.
really?
Yeah, yes, yeah, and he has more in his stable. I just can't
Wow.
name him off the head. I like Panda, and I also like Robert Garcia. What he's doing, he just with what's the name, Ban Rodriguez. He's got that prospect that I just named, um, Morataya, and he has other good fighters. So Robert Garcia and Bill Haney. Can I put him up there? Is he
Yeah,
the trainer? Is he the trainer? I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know what he is, but he's a good talker. So I'll put Bill Haney, and if I have to pick, I will get to Robert Garcia, man. I'm gonna give it to Robert. Yeah,
okay. Okay. All right. All right. Upset of the year, Espinosa, Ramirez. Yeah, nobody really
that was
mentions
another
that one.
one.
I guess because
yeah. That
practice
was a big
nobody
upset.
really was that invested
Yeah,
in Robesis. But yeah, yeah, definitely, man. Uh, David, trainer of the year, coach of the year.
I got Robert Garcia number one. I
Mm,
got him number one, but my number two, I mean, I got Chinto Inaui.
okay.
Inaui's coach. I got him.
Okay.
But right now, Mikey, you just mentioned Panda. Chingo Inaui only trains his son, I believe. We're
Okay.
talking about Panda. We're talking about Camaron. We're talking about, I mean, 3 or 4 good fighters, but above all three of all those three, Robert Garcia number one. He needs to be trainer of the year. Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Mm, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You mentioned something that I was gonna touch on, but you mentioned it. Can you be coach of the year if you only coach one guy? Can you, Mikey? Can you be coach of the year if you only coach one fighter?
Man, it's kind of hard. I mean, he knew he has his brother. His brother fights. I don't know if he's a
Mm.
champion. So, um, can we say that? I think his brother's a champion. No, in the lower
Well,
division.
I don't
well,
think
let
so.
me go. Okay, let me paint this picture. Let's say Freddie Roach, at the time of Manny Pacquiao's height, Freddie Roach didn't train anybody else, nobody else, but just Manny Pacquiao. And Manny Pacquiao was doing what Manny Pacquiao does.
Mhm.
Would you consider Freddie Roach as coach of the year? He's only training one guy, but that one guy is really excelling. Would he
And he
be coach
fought
of the
three
year?
or 4 times a year at the
Yeah,
time. So
yeah,
yeah,
he
I would.
fights four times a year, and if he's doing Pacquiao numbers and Pacquiao, why not? You know what I mean? Why
Yeah.
not?
Uh,
If you got a fighter like Pacquiao, Reynoso had just Canelo won once upon a time.
mm.
Yeah, I mean, why not? But you got to be sensational. You got to be sensational. Your fighter's got to be sensational, man. Going undisputed or knocking everybody out, stuff like that. Getting titles. Yeah.
Okay, David, can a trainer be
Yeah.
or a coach be? Okay.
I mean, Chingo Nau. I mean, his son. I mean, he's in. I think in this year alone, he's got all 4 belts and 2 weight divisions. He's united them. So yeah, I think so. But the reason I picked Robert is because I mean, like Mikey said, he has Murataya, he has Bam Rodriguez, he has Virgil Ortiz again. I mean, he has so many fighters. And man, I hope they give him the fighter of the year. I doubt it though, but I hope they do, man. If not, Los Tres Chingones, fighter of the year, without a doubt. Right? We'll make them a little
Yeah,
t-shirt.
yeah, no, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely. To me, it's Robert Garcia. Um, I, you can just in my eyes alone, there is something that I kind of take away from a coach if all he's doing is coaching one dude. Now that does not eliminate him for me, but that dude's got to be active, Holmes. That guy has got to be. But it's trainer, coach of the year. So a guy is much more impressive to me when he's coaching 3 different guys that are active. He's dealing with 3 different styles, and all 3 of those guys are doing very well. That to me shows that this guy cannot be overwhelmed. This guy knows how to deal with different styles, different game plans for different fighters, different weight classes. That to me says trainer of the year. when you're dealing with just one guy and one guy only, you're just perfecting that one craft. And again, it doesn't eliminate you, but I think it does take a little bit of stock for me, at least. It does take a little bit of stock away. But I'll definitely go with Robert Garcia for sure, man. Let's see, David, promotional company of the year.
Top rank. Top rank, bro.
Okay,
Their fights have been outstanding, man. Top rank, without a doubt.
okay, okay. All right, Mikey.
Yeah, it's either Top Rank or they're professional, man. I love Top Rank.
Yeah.
They know how to make stars. Their fights are good, and they're professional. They got that old school feel. I like Top Rank, and I also like what's Jake Paul's promotion? I forgot his promotional company, but Jake Paul's promotional company. Man, what's his name? He
I
brings
don't know
eyes
his
to the.
promotion.
I could Google it. Yeah, he brings eyes to the most MVP promotions. He got women's
Okay.
sports, like you said, and he's got eyes on women's. He has. I don't know what he's doing with USA, the USA team. His promotion is messing with that, bringing USA boxing back. And Jake Paul, what he's doing, man, bringing eyes to the sport. I like what he's doing, man. I like what he's doing. And but I'm gonna pick Top Rank. If I have to pick Top Rank,
Yeah, I think that's probably the way to go, man. Top rank. With the great fights that they put on, and it's not behind a paywall. There's not a lot of pay-per-view fights when it comes to Top Rank. They're not charging you the way the PBC. Look, PBC actually has some pretty damn good fights, but a lot of them were behind paywalls. You
Yeah.
know, so and this was the last year. That's it. Showtime. I went ahead and watched the tribute to Showtime saying the end of an era. It was pretty good, but while they did have a good year, I mean, they drove. If we're just talking about the year, I guess the year was good. But again, a lot of his pay per view. Top Rank's not doing that. So, and they're not charging for an app and then charging pay per view on top of that. They have, but not as much. The Zone, they're doing that a lot too now. You know, you're being charged for the Zone, and on top of it, you'll be charged pay per view as well. So I think Top Rank is definitely the way to go. That's probably the well, not probably, but for me, that is the answer. Worst promoter of the year. Um, I'm not really sure how to. I'll go first on this one. I'm not really sure how to rank it. I'm so anti pay per view. Not because there aren't fights that aren't worthy of pay per view, but because you're making too many fights that are worth pay per view, and you completely drove an industry. You ended an era that has been around for over 3 decades in Showtime. So I got to go PBC, man. I would say you completely win in there. Everywhere you've gone, you've pretty much destroyed it. You ended it with Fox. I know we're just talking about 2023, but I mean, damn, dog, your record comes along with it. And you got some pretty famous fighters, but you don't utilize them. And anytime you want to utilize them, you put them in a fight against a C plus at best B minus competition, and you put it behind a paywall. Like I, you drove Showtime out. They closed the door on you, and that's that. To me, it's PBC, man. I'll go with you, Mikey.
yeah, and I'm gonna have to agree with you. PBC, man. Anything they touch turns sour. Everything's a pay per view, like we said, like you said. I'm just repeating everything you say. Tank Davis doesn't find no one. This guy doesn't find no one. And every time they put a fight, we already know who's gonna win. It's just so, yeah. Uh, Top Rank, and should I throw Golden Boy in there too? I don't know. They had one good fight with Tank Davis, but yeah, Golden Boy, they're also dropping the ball, man. But Top Rank, Top Rank.
Top rank worst.
Oh no, my
Mikey?
bad. PBC. Sorry. PBC.
PBC. Okay.
PBC. Sorry.
David.
You know what? I got to draw. I got to draw on this one. I can't. I think they're both terrible. I think I'm with you 100%, Ed, on PBC. I mean, these pay-per-view fights that they gave us this year were crap. The majority of them. Maybe the one fight was okay, but the card behind it was terrible. And them leaving Showtime and now going with, I'm okay with them going to Amazon. I'm okay with that. But still, you know what I mean? The fights and their fighters only fighting maybe once, if they're lucky, one time a year. I mean, that's uncalled for. Now, Golden Boy, where do they come in? Oscar this year was worse than ever. I mean, think about this year when he would be high or he would be coming out with some stupid things on Twitter, stupid things on Instagram, and fighting with Eddie Hearn, literally fighting with Eddie Hearn, Oscar literally needs to retire. I know that he's a CEO or he's a president, whatever he is. They need to shelf him, take his phone away, and they need to give Eric Gomez full reins if they want Golden Boy to survive this year, literally. Because you know what? A lot of their fighters, including Ryan Garcia, we don't know if he's going to stay there. I know you went to a party, Ed, they told you they were, but you know what? Lupe Valencia, I don't think wants to stay there. I don't think Ryan wants to stay there. So we may see a mass exodus of fighters once again because Oscar, he needs to sober up. He needs to take a back seat and let the professionals, not boxing professionals, the business professionals, take reign of that company if it's going to survive.
Well, just to make it clear, they didn't say that they want to stay there, but financially that it just makes sense to go ahead and stay there, but not that they want to be there. So, Mark, I don't know if that was the best interview of the year, but that was probably the most entertaining to get a couple of laughs. Yeah, dog.
That's a good one.
That's fine.
All right, gentlemen, we're winding down here. Knockout of the year. There were some good ones, man. There were some really, really good ones. I'll start with you on this one, David.
You know what? I got Rayo versus Colbert.
Okay.
Oh my God, what a knockout, man.
Yeah.
Rayo versus Colbert. And I got a second one, but you know what? Even the second one doesn't beat that one. To me, Rayo versus Colbert. What a knockout. Outstanding.
Okay. All right. Mikey?
Yeah, the most recent thing the one that comes to mind is the Rayo one. He knocked him out cold, man.
Oh, great.
Rayo, I'm gonna go for that Rayo versus Colbert. Yeah.
Okay. Nakatani versus Maloney. I saw that one. That was good.
That was a good. That was my
two.
number 2.
Look, man. I agree with you guys. I think that was the knockout. He spins him around. His neck hits the bottom rope.
Wow.
I think that's the knockout. But I'll just throw another one out there, man. Anthony Joshua and Robert Helenius. He knocked him out. You guys remember when Joshua was over there dancing around after the fight and everything? He knocked Helenius out pretty damn cold, man. I thought that was pretty good. There was a few of them there, but definitely I think I gotta go Rayo and Colbert. Colbert kind of like falls in a way of spinning towards the rope, turns around, and like his neck kind of gets clotheslined by the bottom rope, and he was just out, man. That was just one heck of a damn knockout. So I that's got to be the winner for me. Biggest chismosa gossiper of the year.
Oh man, I got
Mikey,
it.
you want to go first on this one?
Let me let it out, man. The biggest chismosa of the year is Jose Benavidez Sr. Oh my God, that guy's so annoying. I'm gonna have to do a reaction video. I just saw another video that got me pissed. He's either him or Andre Ward, but hell, no one could beat Jose Benavidez Sr. That was a chismosa, man.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
That's a good one, man.
Jose Benavidez Sr. Yeah, damn, that guy's annoying. And we interviewed him. Hey, Dave, that's your boy.
Wow, man.
Funny,
All right. I'll go next on this one, man. You know what? I'm gonna piggyback off with what you were saying, David. I'm gonna go with Oscar de la Hoya, man. Yeah,
Oh
you're
wow.
look, man, look, Holmes. You're what, 50 years old or something? You're over there on Twitter arguing with your fighters on Twitter in public for
Yeah.
everybody to see, dog. You're like 50 years old, Holmes. Chillax, dog. You're a multi-billionaire. You are the guy. What are you doing over there getting on Twitter, or it's called X now, whatever, but you're getting on all these wars and keyboard warrior and dog, what are you doing, man? First of all, the fact that you're the age that you are. Second of all, the fact that you're over there fighting with somebody like Ryan Garcia, who's a young kid, like dog, let him show his immaturity. You showed like, hey, homie, let me show you how a big dog handles business. That's not how you handle business. We'll talk face to face. But instead, you indulge in this, like, oh yeah, let me see. Oh, you said this about me. Now let me go ahead at 1 o'clock, 1:30 in the morning. Like, what the heck are you doing, dog? And you're the owner, you're the CEO, you're the guy. Like, I gotta go, Oscar, man. Yes, Mark, I'm saying it, Oscar de la Hoya.
Guys, you guys caught me totally by surprise, and I agree with you guys 100%. But my chismosa was Clarissa Shields.
Oh man,
Oh
another big
yeah.
mouth, and she got dropped. Oh yeah, that's another annoying one.
Simon Venus is there too, and so is Oscar. I mean, all three of them.
All three of them are annoying. Jesus
Yeah,
Christ,
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No, that yeah, definitely, man. Yeah, Clarissa Shields. Oh yeah. I completely forgot about that. But she's been staying relevant because she keeps on running her mouth. Yeah, definitely, man.
She's most
All right.
funny.
Worst decision or stoppage of the year. To me, this is as easy as it gets, man. Mikey, I'll start with you, man.
I don't even know that guy's name. The grandpa that Rolly was fighting. The Colombian dude. What's his name? I have it somewhere.
Barroso.
Barrosos.
Barroso. Yeah. Jesus Christ. That was the worst this year. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm calling that one. No, I can't. I don't even. Yeah, that one. Jesus Christ.
Okay. Okay. David.
You know what? I'm second in that one, man. Barboso. That was the worst one, man. Rolly against Barboso. That was the worst one.
Let me go ahead and ask you guys this, man.
Okay.
It's worst decision or stoppage. Was there a worse decision than that stoppage? So was giving the fight to Haney worse than that stoppage, Mikey?
That stoppage. That was criminal. That judge should go to whatever. That referee should go to
It
jail.
was a referee. Weeks. It was
Weeks.
him.
Yeah,
Tony
Weeks.
Weeks.
20 weeks.
Somebody paid
Yeah.
him off, man. Come on, man. That was mafia right there,
Yeah,
man.
dog.
Jesus
That is. I've been watching boxing since I was a little kid in the 80s, man. I cannot remember a fight being stopped the way that one was. Rolly gets knocked down, he gets dropped, he gets up. All right, cool. He throws punches. He doesn't even land a punch. Not one. Not one. He misses every single punch. To be fair, with one of the punches, he catches him with like the thumb on the shoulder or something. And Tony Weeks, who is a veteran, by the way, it's not like, oh man, there's some new booty, homie. He doesn't know what he's doing. Nah, this dude's been around in the game for years. Gets in there and waves it off. Like that was, I mean, damn, dog. That was the worst. That was the worst stoppage I've ever seen.
You know what? That was elder abuse. That was elder abuse. You should have been arrested for elder abuse.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Hey,
Yeah,
Hey,
that one for me.
the one that we skipped, fellas, was our top 5 list. David.
Okay, my top 5. I got them right here. I got Inau number 1. I got Crawford number 2. Canelo number 3. Usyk number 4. And Bam Rodriguez number 5.
Wow. Okay. And that's not for this year. That's in complete
that's my,
or
my
just
pound for pound. Actually, you know
okay?
what? Crawford will probably be over in Naul, but I'm giving it to Naul because I mean, what a fight this week, and I mean this past Tuesday, uh, well-rounded fighter. But yeah, but I put Ben Rodriguez in there now. He deserves to be on my number 5.
Wow, wow. Okay, Mikey.
Yeah, top fighters. For me, like the fighters that I like, my top fighters.
Your top 5.
Number one, the cash cow that fakes the boxing, the Uno, Canelo. Number one. Canelo's fighting 6'4", 6'3" fighters. He's only 5'7.5". He's doing things that he hasn't got a knockout. Well, yeah, he's fighting these monsters. When he fights little dudes like him. And yeah, he gets sensational knockouts, but he's fighting little dudes like him. So when Canelo fights, he's fighting 168 pounders. He's giving up height, length, all that weight. So man, you still got to put Canelo up there with the things he's doing and the things he's gonna do next year. So I got Canelo, I got Inoue, I got little Ben. I love that kid. So I got Ben, and who else do I have? Who else do I really
You don't
like?
have Naul in there. You don't have the
Yeah,
monster in there.
Inoue. I got Inoue. Inoue's nice. I was studying him 2 days ago. He's a perfect 10. He's perfect defense, everything. So I got Inoue. One more that I really like. Who do I really like? I got man. Virgil's not even fighting. For one more. I got Crawford. I like Benavidez. Yeah, I put Benavidez up there. I like that kid. The only thing that he's not there yet. But I got Benavidez up there. I'll put him up there. He's my number 5.
Okay, okay.
And a burger.
You know what? You know what? I got Canelo number 1 as well, man. I
Come
got
on,
Canelo number 1.
right here, dog.
Hey,
Come
man,
on.
let me tell. Look. We
Got the
could get into
triangle right
this.
here. Look, me, you, and
Look,
Dave.
look, we could get into this conversation, but it will take a whole nother hour. And I do want to get into that conversation at some point. Serio, I do. Because the thing is that I've been hearing everybody's top fighter. Who's the top fighter? And it's been just either Crawford or Monster Inoue. I can't put Terrence Crawford up there. But again, I don't want to. But again, I don't want to get into it because that's gonna, take a whole nother hour. Definitely gotta put Canelo up there for all the reasons that you just named, Mikey. The guy, he's still doing a lot of great things, man. He still is. Monster Inoue, gotta put him up there as well. Definitely, man. With the accomplishments that he's been having in such a short period of time, I definitely got to put him up there. I I think there is something to be said of Terrence Crawford. However, I guess the only thing I would say about Crawford is this, just so I won't get so long-winded about it. And this is it. People continually keep saying what a problem it is in boxing that fighters are inactive. So if you keep on complaining that fighters need to fight more, how are you going to have Terrence Crawford as your top fighter if this guy in the last 4 years has only fought once a year? Okay. And at one of those times, it's almost been full calendar years. One of those times he didn't fight in 13 months. So if you keep putting this guy up there and the fans keep on saying, oh, Terrence Crawford, understand that you're rewarding inactivity as well. So to me, activity, I'd rather say, you know what, this guy, I'd put this guy on top, even if he lost once or twice. But you know what, the guy's fighting 3-4 times a year.
Navarrete is a perfect example.
Navarrete was the name I was coming.
Yeah.
Who I was bringing up next. Yeah, example. Definitely. He's one. I do not. I am not going to be rewarding inactivity. You come in, you show up, you do a damn good job for once. That's cool. That's great. Gives you some brownie points. You're going to be considered, a great fighter, but you'll never be number one for me. You got to do more. And of course, I got to finish it off with my boy Jake Paul. Bam. That's all. We're done here.
Seriously, Jake Paul?
No, 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 no.
You don't got Benavides up there? You guys don't have Benavides up there? He's busy.
I got a number
Benavides?
6. I
Yeah,
got number 6.
you gotta shed a little bit of light on him. Definitely, man. He's he stays busy. He stays busy, and especially the year that he had today, but this year, yeah, Caleb Plant and Demetrius Andre, you gotta put him up there. Yeah, I'll go ahead and
I'll
say it.
tell you, Ed, starting next week, Virgil Ortiz, when he fights, you know what? On the 6th, I hope he fights 2 or 3 times next year. There's no doubt at all, man. If he's what we were expecting, he'll be in the pound for pound list next year. Without a doubt. He might even be fighter of the year. Hopefully, if he fights more than twice.
Oh yeah,
Devin Haney. Devin Haney.
Better
Yeah.
Diaz.
Yeah. I would say that. I would say Devin Haney. Yeah, he's up there.
Yeah, I forgot.
All
about
right,
him.
man. Well, this will end it 2023, man. Los Tres Chingones Boxing. Hey, gentlemen, let me just go ahead and tell you guys, it's been a blast, man. I've
It
been
is.
having such a fun time coming on here and talking boxing with you guys, and I cannot wait to do it another year, man. But Mikey, any words, brother, before we close out for the rest of the year?
Nah, man. Little by little. It's a marathon. It's not a race. So the Tres Chingones, we're coming, man. Little by little. And Dave, I met you this year. Was it this year? Yeah, I met you this year.
Dude, we haven't met yet.
No, okay, but
In person. I've never met you in person.
yeah, we gotta meet. But
We met over the air. Yes.
So we connected this year. We're gonna meet, and then Ed.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, this is like my second, third year with him. So
Yeah.
and we're still going, man. And little by little, we're gonna blow up, man. Little by little. So check me out. New Year's Cholo Trucker. Dave, have a great year. Mikey TV, man. I'm signing out. But yeah, man.
David, any last words, man, to all the
You know
Chingones
what,
and
man?
Chingonas?
Once again, guys, thank you very much for letting me be part of our family. I love talking boxing, as you could see. You know what? All of us. And that's why I think we make the perfect trio, because we love watching it. We love talking about it. And you know what? Thank you very much. Have a happy new year. And to all the listeners and people that are watching, Chingones, Chingonas, Feliz Año Nuevo. Happy New Year.
Yeah, man. From Los Tres Chingones Boxing. Can't wait to do 2024, man. It should be a good one here with you guys. It's been a lot of fun, man. A lot of fun. Shout outs to all the Chingones y Chingonas. You guys have a great, happy new year. Whatever you guys do this new year, be safe doing it so we could come back right here on Los Tres Chingones Boxing in 2024 till the next year. Catch you guys on the next round.